All right, I said I was going to play some multiplayer. I will play some multiplayer. I've actually gotten up to A rank and I've played quite a while in A rank. It's like the day before the season resets. It's not really that hard to get to A rank and stay in A rank. You get more points just by doing random things than if you actually win. So you can very easily just overcome points if you lose just by doing random things in the match. It's kind of weird. This is kind of the team that I've settled on that feels the most comfortable to me. May swap one of them out for Skarmory, just depending on how I'm feeling for a ground immunity. But the general idea is that Chandelure is not Mega, it is Life Orb. Life Orb I find to be more useful in a lot of scenarios just because it's instant power. Yes, you lose some health, but this is not a game mode for staying on the field for particularly long. It's better to try and take people out, and if you go down, as long as you get a point, you're fine. So Life Orb gives Chandelure actually a higher special attack stat than its Mega. Sure, your defenses aren't boosted, but that's where Sylveon comes in with Reflect and Light Screen. It has Fairy Feather, so it boosts its Fairy type moves in case there's a bunch of dragons on the field, then Sylveon can actually do some damage. EVs are kind of all over the place. They're either very strong in one direction or not. So Garchomp's really my only Mega that I use, and Garchomp's pretty good Mega. It can do a little bit of mixed stuff. Most of the time you are using Outrage and Earthquake, but sometimes, like if you are fighting a Skarmory that's not Mega evolved, or just like an Ice type, like Avalugg is occasionally there, which I know you don't want really to have Garchomp in front of Avalugg, especially if you have Chandelure, but if Garchomp's your last Pokemon that you can switch into, having Fire Blast is nice, and Draco Meteor can be used sometimes for some cheap kills. There's probably a better attack you can use there, but Draco Meteor is just kind of the fun option because it's pretty much zone-wide. So you lock onto a Pokemon that walks over to another group of Pokemon and you just deal some pretty okay damage to them. I think it's 120 base special attack, and at a neutral nature, it's not losing that much. And then, like I said, Chandelure, Life Orb makes it do lots of damage. Heat Wave is an attack that 99% of the time lands because most Pokemon are not fast enough to outrun it. And with Life Orb, and if you throw on Calm Mind, and plus moves also are pretty good too if you just need an extra little bit of damage. Does deal a lot of damage to the Steel types and the Ice types that are floating around. Glaceon, Avalugg, Metagross. Shadow Ball is also nice for Metagross, but Heat Wave is easier to hit because it hits from further away as well, since it also is just kind of zone wide. But I also have some other Megas here. I haven't really found them as useful because their base forms aren't particularly either strong or bulky enough, so they kind of just die before you get to Mega Evolve them. So that's why I use Chandelure, because it's not the most bulky thing, but it's not also always going to die immediately. And it's a special attacker, so it can attack at range, so if something can take it out immediately, I can at the very least try to position away from it, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to start with this team. It is kind of fun to try to build some gimmicky stuff. I want to try to use Metagross, not Mega Metagross, just regular Metagross at some point, because Metagross is also in a similar vein of Chandelure, where its attack stat with the Life Orb is higher than its attack stat with its Mega Form. Mega Form gives it more defensives, which is pretty nice, but again, in this kind of meta game, you really want something strong that will just kind of knock things out and not weaken and soften them up for the other players to get points on. That's most status moves kind of feel worthless. Maybe aside from Burn, but I haven't even experimented with it because I don't think it's going to be that useful. But pretty much how you start. I don't know if that's going to actually run after me. If it does, I think I'm fine. Run over this way. Okay, he's just trying to buff up. Light Screen. If you come after me, I'm just going to switch. If you try to heavy slam me, I'm fine. Very good. Probably should have plus moved that, but I think I'm fine. Yes, that does a lot. You're going to survive. Hopefully that hits. Did not knock him out, though. It is just kind of a chaotic mess. I've seen some liken it to a party mode, and that's kind of just what it is. I'm going to actually Mega Evolve here. I don't have anyone else to Mega Evolve, so might as well just do it. as quick as possible. I'm gonna actually Earthquake here. Very good. Okay, well, Ice Punch. And it does also rely on you actually being quick with your movements as well. So if you're a little slow on the uptake for some things, you will struggle a little bit. You go ahead and throw a Reflect out. I don't know if Thunderbolt will KO there. It will, or you switched? I can't tell. That's fine. Not really particularly worried about Thunderbolt. I'm gonna switch. Okay, Chandelure is now on low HP. I think I'm fine though. Okay, get another point for it. Again, I'm just worried about trading for the most part because that'll at the very least keep you in the running for some OK points. There's no long-term anything that you're actually fighting for. So, you know, it doesn't really feel too important to have everything perfectly happen the way you want it to. Actually throw Calm Mind out here. A Heat Wave is also nice in that it is strong. Very good. I think I survived that. That should give me another point. Mega Horn's not gonna do anything. Okay, that's fine. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, Heat Wave is also kind of AoE as well. And AoE at range like that is really nice. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Yeah, just kind of walk after me. That's fine, I guess. I'm gonna walk after that. I don't really need it. I think I'm fine. I do survive a crunch, but I think I go down. Again, it just depends on how bulky something is. But then this is obviously a match, so I'm not going to do too well. But just in general, once you do get your Mega Form, it's okay to use it on Garchomp because you're not worrying about saving it for anything else. Because even if you do switch out of Garchomp because it's on low HP, you can still use whatever Mega Gauge you have left on plus moves. And it's also very matchup dependent as well. And that's why having a balanced team is better. But, you know, I even could have switched to Sylveon at certain points to take on Tyranitar. Though I think Garchomp probably would be better to fight it because it is, unless it has Ice Punch or something. But Tyranitar, I think, is strong on the special defense side, but I may be thinking of it when it's in sand, which is not in this game. I think rain's the only actual weather effect in this game, and you can't even set it. It just kind of happens. This is definitely a more close quarters map as well. There's not really a lot of hiding spots or distance you can gain. Like here, I'm going to immediately Moonblast. Fine with this. Okay, so a lot of... Oh, this is going to be good. They may cluster right into each other. At the very least, I'll get that. I'm going to Heat Wave here. Okay. Switch to Garchomp. You come after me. I'll switch to you. Now, sometimes I will use, what's it? What am I thinking of? Oh, Citrus Berry on Sylveon, because it refreshes every time you lose your entire team. Yeah, he's using Pangoro. It's not going to end very well for him. For the most part, a lot of special attackers, most of them have something like that. You actually Heat Wave you as you run into the enemy team, maybe. I think I survived that. Switch back out. Okay, that's fun. Got a minute 30 left, so try to come back in. The only downside to obviously spamming your plus moves is that Oh, don't Moonblast. Okay. Do Moonblast then. That works. I mean, if you want to come after me, that's fine. Okay. You're just using me as a target to set up for. Energy Ball won't combo super amazingly here, but maybe it hits something. Oh? Oh? Are you gonna give it to me? Hold on. I'll save Heat Wave. Never mind. Heat Wave. So at the very least get one kill. If I were maybe a little bit faster, it would have gotten another one. You're gonna probably Reflect or something, right? Alright, switch out. Good. Gonna Mega Evolve to evade. Go ahead and plus Draco. Actually, it's already plus, because, you know, Mega Evolving. Okay, that did KO me. Oh, I got hit by 2. Makes sense. I have a gimmick set for my Metagross that I'd like to use at some point. It's got normal gym. That clues you into anything. Now, Umbreon can do a similar thing to Sylveon here. My only problem with it is that it has almost no offensive presence whatsoever. So, Sylveon's just better in that regard. Yes, Sylveon has lower HP, but doesn't matter. Sylveon can actually take KOs. Umbreon's just going to kind of do chip damage and once again soften the enemy team up. Thankfully, you get battles pretty quick, so you don't have to sit around for 5 minutes like you do in Splatoon. Which, granted, you're waiting for 8 players there, but that's fun. Someone has a Greninja. Oh, that is a Victory Bell. Okay, interesting. Get a Heavy Slam. Get a Heavy Slam. Yes. Alright, run away. I'm just gonna hit you with a Heat Wave. Thank you, Garchomp, for softening him up for me. Okay. Switch back to Sylveon. Gonna switch out. It's fine with me. Sludge Wave will not KO because Sylveon is very strong. Earthquake may KO me. It's kind of bad. I know they don't intend to, but they'll throw like their giant Metagross in front of me and block a shot. Take damage themselves. I don't know what you're planning on, bud. I'm really not quite sure what you're planning on. You want to come after me? I'm gonna Heavy Slam. Okay. Okay, well, I got the point for that. That's pretty cool. Plus Outrage here. You evaded. That's fine. Switch out. Alright. Can't switch anymore, but that's okay. Dragonite did just kind of walk through there. It's fine. Alright, I'm gonna stop switching into Sylveon. Since they're kind of in the thick of it. Try to catch the Garchomp. Blast him with an Energy Bolt. Okay, you're gonna actually fight me. It is hard to keep track of them as well when they use Dig and stuff. That's why they have high cooldown, because they're supposed to be that way. Give me a free KO. I don't know if that'll KO, probably. Switch back out. Yeah, you're just gonna run away. Or switch out, that's fine too. I'm not really particularly scared. Garchomp does a pretty good job of walling. Chandelure, I'm not really walling, but handling its hit pretty well. Yes, take that. Didn't actually kill. It's kind of really hard to hit. What is it? Draco Meteor, if they're moving at all. Another point. Haven't got first yet, but again, that's not really the point of this mode. If you want to get points, now if you want to get first, that's different, obviously. And again, really the only reason you're setting screens is to trade, or at least attempt to trade. You'd rather go down at some point once you exhausted your resources, so to speak. Now, I'm sure there's obviously more of a meta of like grabbing the items and stuff like that. I just kind of grab them if I see them. If I don't, then, or if someone's too close to it, I don't even bother going for it. You don't want to lose out on that and them have higher defense or attack. So it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll lose that interaction then. Needless to say, there's no real strategy particularly involved. When everyone is airing, no one really is airing. It's just kind of a middling pool. Do they always heavy slam? Yes, they do. In fact, I didn't even get hit there. I'm kind of surprised. I'm very intrigued. I'm gonna actually wait this out. Could hit you with a ghost type attack, and I'd actually quite like to, but I'd rather hit you with Heat Wave. Okay, Shadow Ball works too. Hello. I do have Energy Ball there, but it really depends on me actually being at range. This is a little scary. Switch. Good. You gonna switch yourself? I'm waiting. Sharpedo. No. This is bad. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. No, I know what to do. Yes. See, it's better in a situation where everyone's just kind of clustered together and you're gonna get some kind of collateral for it. But if there's a bunch of steel types out, then it's not going to do that much anyways. And obviously, it's better from a perspective of being Mega Evolved. Shadow Ball's not going to reach. It's going to get close, but... Good. It's fine, don't mind the trade. And Chandelure's one that is nice to start out with as well, if you don't have time to set screens. I only have a lot of good options for you. Good for you, though. May go down to my Life Orb damage, but that's okay. I got 30 seconds left, so I'll try to just Mega Evolve if I have enough Mega Energy. You're gonna get that. Nice. We're just gonna stay at a healthy distance. Doesn't really matter though. You know, I probably could have backed away further. Let him miss Stone Edge, maybe. Or make him move a little bit further for Stone Edge. Plus moves are also nice in that they charge up faster. In the sense that you get ready to use them quicker. We all got first place, except for the Dragonite person. Again, there's not, there's some strategies you can try to pull off, but there's not a major amount involved in it. Certainly not as deep as the main series. And it is kind of sad because stuff like Aegislash you can't use with much effect. There are some ways to get around its stance change mechanic because it is awfully slow when doing anything. But it just kind of is bad. Alright. Got a Stunfisk. I think Stunfisk is like really hard to hit for whatever reason, but it's Stunfisk, so I don't really expect too much to. Yeah, you really okay? We're all just gonna Sylveon here, are we? I don't really have any answers majorly to Sylveon other than maybe Calm Mind boosting. Okay, hello there. I can just do this, right? Yeah, I mean, it's just Stunfisk. After him, hit him, go. Okay, well, that's a fine miss, I guess. Yes, hit my Sylveon with Dragon Claw. Oh, you don't even have Poison Jab. You do have that, though. That's cool. That being, just gonna draw you off. Oh, that's Psychic. Okay, Psychic is another Heat Wave. I mean, that's not bad. I like the coverage my Chandelure has, if I'm gonna be honest, but that's not a bad thing to think about. Okay, no, let's not. Switch back. Get that refresh. I'm gonna Swords Dance. Fine. A Dazzling Gleam left over. Okay, that will KO. Again, Moonblast KOs there, but obviously the pulls are kind of annoying. They do feel I'm not quite sure what happened there, why I got the point for that, but okay. I don't know if the game's confused or what it is. I think I'd rather just have this. Nice. Shadow Ball's better here because it has Stab. Does miss though. Just use another one. Okay, it's fun. They're all after me. It's okay. Have 30 seconds left. Hello there. That's not gonna really do much to me. Oh, okay. Well, the ground does do stuff. That is the draw of using Tiny Stunfisk. It doesn't do much though with AoE moves though. They do just kind of nuke them. Come on. Okay, no. I thought I had Chandelure out for some reason. Yeah, that's not gonna do much. I think I got second again. Again, it really doesn't matter, which is fine. It's a low stakes. You don't have to worry too much about actually losing. I think the one time I actually lost points, I didn't even drop out of A rank, so it may just be a permanent thing. Either that or you have to lose like 3 times or something like that. I do wish there was like a big reward meter or something like that, because it's just like handing out single mega shards, which is not worth it. I mean, I really can't say it's not worth it because I'm not playing it for the rewards, right? So anything I guess is worth it in that regard, but it's not particularly based off of your performance, how many points you get, what you get as a reward. At least as far as I'm aware, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Maybe if you win, you get better stuff. A lot of steel types this match. That's fine, buddy. Come on. Yes, hit me with an iron head. I'm not really too scared of that. And I know normal Skarmory is very scared of special type attacks. Okay, smart on your part. Alright, well, that's kind of annoying. They all ganged up. Why my corner? Why are you at my house? Go take it over there for right now. I'm just gonna go out. Give me a hug. Okay. Obviously, it would be nice if Chandelure had... Oh, sorry. And I'm gonna immediately Dazzling Gleam you because I can do that. Now, there's a big fella. Yeah, didn't really expect much of that. I think multiple targets use Thunder, something or another. Okay, didn't get to Mega Evolve in time. I'll try to Mega Evolve. I don't actually really like this. Why are they at my... Again, why my house? Why am I the special meeting place? Avalugg is horrible at actually eating hits. Okay, hit me with an Earthquake. That's fine. Again, coming over to me. That's not good for you. Targeting system is a bit rough in this game as well. Come on. A little bit closer. And that's where screens come in handy. So you don't just immediately... Oh, they really, really like me. Why do you like me this much? You gonna switch? Okay, I know I don't go down to that. Okay, well, I didn't quite intend to Draco Meteor, but Hippowdon is just weak. You do realize I can just do this, right? I think you're gonna switch, probably. Yeah, good for you. Really wanted to keep that as a plus move. That would have been nice. That's not going to KO me this time, though. Sorry. Alright, get another point. That's cool. 10 seconds left, and I don't think I'm going to spawn in fast enough. Yeah, no. Close. Maybe if I applied that with plus, it would have come out in time, but I doubt that. I am the second place champion. I do think it's funny I have two Pokemon. A game I have not actually ever played. I've played the demo, and that's it for that game. Like 6 years ago, maybe, and that's it. But those are two Pokemon you can use in that game. Also, if it sounds like it, yes, I'm a little sick. That is just how it works, though. You gonna do anything of interest? Okay, Iron Tail. Gonna hit? No, it's not. So I see the draw of okay. Oh, hold on. We're gonna Earthquake here. You're gonna come out of the ground. Take mega damage. I'm gonna actually try to plus Earthquake here if I can. Okay. All right, they're all feuding, so I can just kind of heat wave here. Nice. Nice. This is where Life Orb is handy. I don't really like my friend. Oh, that Excadrill. Hey, we need a truce, because that Excadrill can be very scary. Okay, that's fine. Hold on. Nice. Couldn't switch out in time, but that's okay. I'm up to 4 now. I'll just try to clean up again. Yeah, because they're going to end up fighting each other. Just super heat wave. Boom. Again, they just kind of start fighting each other, and that's not great for anyone. Buddy, if you're going to charge, you're a little too telegraphed. You can't really do that. I'm just going to Mega Evolve. I don't mind losing the point on Excadrill, because I do evade that. I think, yes, I'm fine here. Cool. I can still switch. What was that? That's Buddy. Plus Shadow Ball. Should at the very least trade. In fact, I would have survived, but Life Orb damage is important. Bad call, buddy. And you just took it. Okay, well, that's fine. Not really scared of Dig doing that much, because I can just do this. You're probably gonna like Dragon Rush or something. Okay, that's fine. Not even gonna bother against you. You, however, I can feel very safe doing this. Didn't get a point for it. If I were a bit faster, I maybe could have gotten the energy ball out in time and taken out the Garchomp, but I was far enough ahead in points. I don't think it matters. That's what Life Orb cleanup duty is nice for. You don't have to wait for the Mega animation, and you don't have to be at full Mega Gauge. You can just throw out a single regular attack even is fine, but obviously the plus move is better in that regard. It would also be nice if the main games made it this easy to build teams. I'm hoping Champions, I think is what it's called, actually does that. But I'm afraid they're not going to let it be that easy, and it's going to be like, pay $10 to get 10 Carbos so you can boost your speed by 100 points. Or something like that. They're gonna mess it up probably. Somehow that makes me a little sad if that will be the case. Don't know yet. Maybe just fine, but ideally there's no microtransactions or anything. Obviously, okay. Excluding DLC. DLC is one thing, but what is it? Yeah, you can't really avoid Dazzling Gleam that well. Okay, I like this idea. You're just gonna Heavy Slam, you're gonna miss. Not really miss. Boom. Okay, I can Shadow Ball, but Surf hits me. I think another nice thing for Champions would be like Mario Kart 8 at the very least. I don't think it was actually a thing in why are you swords dancing on me? My friend. I don't know if you know how this game works. I can just switch. Okay, let's just plus Shadow Ball you. Plus Heat Wave. Plus Energy Ball. Plus Shadow Ball. No, plus Shadow Ball, actually. That's fine. But like in Mario Kart 8, you can make custom tournaments and stuff like that, so it'd be nice to have a custom rule set that you can kind of just join in on. Because, you know, that's what, like, Showdown is. Stuff like that. Did I not get the point for that? That's a little sad. Alright, clean up duty time. They kind of do just forget you're in existence. See, I can Shadow Ball here and still have an energy, but okay, you're still very tanky though. Well, that happened. I still think Chandelure is the best option here for me. You can actually Shadow Ball. Okay, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Okay, switch. Come on, hit it. You're gonna Heavy Slam. I'm gonna plus Earthquake. Very chaotic. Unfortunately, Drill Run does reach that far. I'm having a very difficult time. Oh, you were paying attention. Smart. Man, they really do like their switching. I need to stop doing that. I am just making myself set up fodder for Hyper Beam. I didn't even KO. Again, Draco Meteor is very situational. There's probably a better special attack I could even run. Didn't get last, so only was 10 points. Yeah, I think it is time to switch. And try out. I did not give you your held item. Okay, well, we're gonna give you your held item. You did not have the normal gem, in fact, even though I thought I gave it to you. But I think you very easily saw what the intent of this Metagross is to do. Very similar in the vein of Draco Meteor. Obviously, Chandelure is still better, but I do kind of want to have some fun with it. I just need something that can eat ground type attacks. Well, you know, I don't really want to be switching into Garchomp. If a Garchomp is using a ground type attack, I think that's fine. Not using a single Mega, but I don't need to. Again, plus moves are a nice way of allowing your Pokemon to deal extra damage without a Mega Stone. Because even your Mega Pokemon can make use of it when they're not in their Mega form. Glaceon probably also isn't a terrible option for like Glaceon with Never Melt Ice. It's probably not a terrible option for Screen Setter. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with the Spinarak. Are they using like Destiny Bone or something? I don't think that's in this game. Really don't quite think I understand what the point of it is. Dragonite. Okay, well, I guess that's smart. I'm just gonna blow up in your face. Yeah, it really doesn't even reach that far out. Now, does that give a point? No, it doesn't. And it shouldn't. It's a way to burn your remaining experience. I'm actually kind of glad that hit. Good. Buddy? Okay, okay. I see what you're doing here. I don't know if I don't like it or I do like it. Probably should allow... Well, I should use Thunder Punch there, not Self-Destruct. How much did that do? Can I see how much it did at the very least? It's not KOing, which is kind of sad. Hello. I'm just gonna Yep. Okay, well, you're gonna KO yourself. Just, yeah. Don't KO. Okay, I'm doing terribly. This is why Chandeler's here? Oh, this is really why Chandeler's here. Thank you, Chandelure. Really don't think I quite understand these little guys. Okay, come towards me. Yeah, the Mega Evolution. It's kind of annoying. This is kind of how it works, though. It's what you get for trying to use a gimmick set. I mean, I can't say I expected anything less. Probably get KO'd by that. Alright, one more. It's going about as well as I expected it, with self-destruct not being like 250 power. Or, yeah. I did like 5%. I'm not quite sure I understand how self-destruct works in this game. Because I get that Dragonite's bulky, but like not that bulky. Well, that's 300 in base power coming off of an okay attack stat. Feels kind of weird, unless I was burned. I may have been burned. I still got 30 points for that. You know what? I want to kind of keep experimenting with it, though. I don't hate it. Let's see. Can't really say anything about it. No real point in setting up screens, though. Keeping an eye on the Gardevoir. Heavy Slim looks really enticing right about now. Until they all avoid it. Alright, well. Good job. Just watched me explode. That's kind of sad. Let's try it again. I want to see it get some good damage, right? Gonna come after me. I'm not really too scared of you. I'm just waiting for you to, like, heat wave or something. No! No one wants to pay attention to me. Why not? Alright, time to actually do some stuff. Smart play. I'm gonna actually call Mind. Don't really like that. Forced you that close. Got a point. I'm not that bad at the game. Stay away from me. Gain some distance. Thank you, Garchomp, for eating that attack. Whoever swapped in, unfortunately, did not actually damage them. I'm sure that the network is also playing a bit of a weird... Would you like a hug? Okay, I think I survived this. There we go. They had to be chip damaged, but it worked. I wonder what Garchomp's gonna try to do. Are you gonna bulk up? I have another way of kind of negating that. Okay, well, I'm down. I think they're a little upset. Look, if you're gonna fight on my home turf, I'm gonna actually try to explode. Hold on. Hold on. No, you don't. You don't overheat. Sorry. Thank you. I have Ice Punch too, though. Nice. Heavy Slam, heal. You know, I'm not quite sure. Is that Heat Wave? What was that move? I'm not quite sure what that move was. Yeah, I don't quite have enough damage for that, unfortunately. I see the merits of it. I see the merits. Because that was pretty good. You know, I was fixing to go down anyways. I have to think about how to actually add that into successful endeavors. Because the current fruits of my labor are not really looking particularly lustrous. Unfortunately, Metagross also doesn't really have a way to boost its damage. By itself. So you kind of have to rely on your item. I almost would feel like that Life Orb is still better anyways. Would you like to boost on me? I will boost on you. Okay, that's fine. We don't have to boost. I was just really, you know, hoping to boost. It's okay though. You don't have to. Oh, hello, Ampharos. Hold on. Hehehehe. A little sad they run away from me. It's not like I'm gonna throw a 300 base power move at you after normal gym. And since it's the only, you know, normal type of attack that I've got, you gonna try to use the treat? Oh, treat didn't work. Okay, that was pretty good. Get out of the way. Alright, that's fine. Good switch. I'm gonna actually blow up here. You gonna survive? Probably not. Nice. I don't give you the point. Maybe I did give you... No, I didn't give you the point. I don't know. I think it gave purple the point. Not quite sure why it gave purple the point. Go Heat Wave. Nice. Dragon attack. Superman. Okay. No, Life Orb damage. Well, I'm not going to get that defense buff, and that's actually not particularly good. Oh, okay. You're not... Okay, well, that's nice of you, my friend. Okay, I like this. Nice heavy slam. Not very effective. Gonna shadow ball me, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Okay, well, this is some things are happening. You do carry double coverage too, so that's interesting as well. Ghost Tap is kind of tough to deal with here. Probably would rather have Earthquake to do something of value. Okay, I got a point for that. I'm gonna light screen here, or at least attempt to. You know, I really should probably try to throw my actual attacks closer together. Nice. Gotten lead. You gonna try to hit me with something? Shadow Ball won't do that much. I'll do something probably, but yeah. Good. I think I just won that. Not quite sure why I won that. You gonna come after me? I can plus ball Shadow Ball you. There we go. I didn't quite do enough there, unfortunately. But that's okay. I did just kind of get that out of nowhere. No thanks to self-destruct, obviously. Heavy Slam is still, I think, pretty good. I think it copies the effects of Dragon Rush physically on the field. Like, it does a little hop up and then hits it. It may be a bit faster, or yeah, faster. I do think Earthquake is better. The only problem is it's not great against Gyarados. I like the coverage that Thunder Punch provides. Honestly think Life Orb is still better. Well, and if Life Orb is better, it doesn't matter because I'm using Chandelure. Yeah, we'll keep going with this. You know, I probably could use Giga Impact, get a 200 base bar move that doesn't KO me once per usage. I don't think there's another move that would be better. Doesn't throw me out of the game for 5 seconds at the very least. 10 seconds probably is actually the full amount of time. That's okay. Alright, Roserade on the right, Ampharos on the left. Very interesting selection of Pokemon. I just need to be able to light screen. You're gonna Sludge Bomb me, which doesn't, you know, really do that much, all things considered. See, this to me looks like really good explosion fodder. It's kind of, yeah, okay, throw that out into the Wild Blue. I really probably should be able to use Plus. I think he thinks I'm going for Earthquake. I'm not going for Earthquake. I'm going for Self-Destruct. I didn't even do half. Probably Reflect on it. Honestly, that would make the most sense. Right. Hello. Light Screen and Reflect do last quite a while, so that is the nice aspect of them. Okay, come on, Chandelure, act a little bit faster. It'd be pretty cool of you. Shadow Ball moves pretty quickly. Doesn't matter if you evade everything though. What hit me? Not quite sure what hit me. There's a lot of Ampharos moving around on the map. If, you know, one of the Mega Evolves, I have a pretty good option to actually hit Moonblast. And if, you know, you cluster together, that's pretty nice. See, I heard another, okay, yeah, that's not good. Alright, switch out. Just gonna try to stay away. Well, that's not good. Hold on. Nice. Do go down to my own damage, but that's okay. Don't really want to deal with that. Okay, I survived this. Again, probably should allow myself to plus self-destruct, but yes, it's not really, and I don't know. Garchomp also is fairly strong defensively. Like, Talonflame's going down for sure, probably even with Reflect. I wasn't even paying attention to the scoreboard there, but Heavy Slam is probably just the better option because you don't go down. And in the amount of time that you are off of the field, I feel like the only thing is, you know, evading giving someone else a point, but even then that doesn't really work that much, that often. All right. Embor is okay. I like Embor. Embor, it's not amazing. Obviously, Garchomp's just a better base Pokemon. But its Mega's okay. Excadrill is similar to Garchomp, except it resists fairies. Still weak to ice though, which is, you know, not great. And Excadrill also takes more damage specially than Garchomp does when Mega Evolved, and even outside of Mega Evolution. I guess technically it's taking half as much from Ice Beam or Ice Attacks as Garchomp, so I guess in that specific instance you technically have double special defense. Yes, let's buff off of each other. I feel like Gardevoir may be a better option for your wall setter. You're probably gonna switch, right? Yes. Okay, Embor. Flare Blitz doesn't scare me that much. Now they're just Head Smash. Not quite sure what was going on there. Okay, we switch here. I'm gonna try to predict. Yes. Okay, okay. Come on, I don't really have much good damage into you guys. Do have good damage into Greninja, but it's okay. I don't think I get KO'd here. Somehow, oh, recoil. Okay, recoil does actually count. Alright, that's fine. Embor's not standing up to the special attack. Okay, we're gonna do cleanup duty with Chandelure again. I'm gonna get some boost, so that means I don't have to Calm Mind. Nice. Oh, I didn't get that. That's a little sad. Not quite sure what you're gonna try to hit me with, but Shadow Ball. See, now they're doing the cleanup duty, and I'm getting a little sad because I'm not able to actually follow up. That won't hit me. You know, I don't wanna fight you. Thank you, Gardevoir. Thank you, my dearest friend. Oh, it didn't work. Go, Energy Ball. Okay, switch out. Let's combat. We'll do some damage, maybe. Yeah, never mind. I thought I liked Embor. It's okay. It's better with other forms of Mega support. I'm not quite sure if you expect... Oh, no, I think... No, was not internet, actually. I'm not really too scared. I'm gonna actually try to predict a switch here. Sorry. Okay. Okay, switch out just to conserve life. Very good. I don't know if I got first there. I did not. Do one more. Now, I don't think Garchomp with Life Orb is better on its attacking side than Mega Garchomp. However, speed is better with regular Garchomp. So I think you get like up to 169 attack. It's just on very base level calculations. I didn't go that deeply into it. I just multiplied his base attack by 30%. Increased it by 30%, which puts it up to 169, I think, if I'm even remembering that correctly, which is one below regular. Oh, you shall. Okay, Shadow Claw, that's weird. Okay, okay. I'm a little confused. Okay, that did not KO, so kind of just, yeah, you don't want to be in between multiple people. That's fine. Again, we're just going to come in and clean up whoever loses this confrontation. Looking at Starmie, it's looking like a pretty good attacker. Good. I've saved Energy Ball for you. Very good. Alright, we're all off the field, except for the Starmie. What's gonna be good for the Starmie? Probably just Chandelure again. No, you don't. Sorry. Thank you. Okay, you Mega Evolved, so you're probably gonna get some form of commitment. Okay, switch, quick. You gonna try to lock screen and then get Chandelure in, keep him in maybe. Oh, bad time for you to even do anything really of value. Get this. No, I don't really have to. Don't mind. You are very weak. Special defensively. No. I tried to use it. It didn't really quite work. I don't know if the explosion actually encompasses that. But I'm just gonna go right back to cleaning up. You are very weak. Especially... Here you go down pretty quick. You are also very weak as well. You're gonna lose Chandelure to that. That's okay though. I don't think they're gonna get 4 points in 15 seconds. They can't. They physically can't, as long as I just kind of stay off in the corner. We're gonna just have a nice little time in the corner. I mean, I guess if they all suicided into each other, then maybe, but that didn't really happen. A lot of points. Okay, I think that is enough. Again, it's not the most in-depth thing, so it really doesn't lead much or anywhere much at all. Especially in-depth, it's just not really that in-depth. You can try, but it doesn't really add too much. Other than being a way to play, I kind of wish there were single battles. But, and maybe they add them at some point. As far as I'm aware, this is the only way you do it. And maybe not, maybe it's just private 4v4, which is okay, I guess. But yeah, by the way, that's probably, I was gonna do the next season, but it's just gonna be more of the same. The only thing different is that Mega Dolphox is running around, which at first glance seems like, oh yeah, it's really strong. And yeah, it is 160 something attack, but if you like knock it out before it Mega Evolves, or just, you know, wait for it to get knocked out by someone else, then it's not really that impressive, and speed also isn't that super impressive in this game either. Sure, you get faster cooldowns of moves, but when there's two other attacking Pokemon aiming at you after you take someone else out, then it's just kind of like, okay, well, I don't really get to see those cooldowns happen very quickly anyways. But by the way, I'm rambling. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you for whatever I want to do next. Maybe more Pokemon, maybe not. I don't know. Goodbye. Have a nice day.